Burn this place and every unholy son of a bitch inside.
Hello, it's Richard. It's May 11, 2022, approximately 11 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I did a video a couple of nights ago on Terra, UST, and I noticed something fishy a couple of nights ago, that it was declining quite steadily without recovering. And over the last couple of days, I have learned a lot. It looks pretty bad, and I'm not going to criticize. That's not what I'm intending to do, is to on this video to scare any of you about the tremendous downfall or the sell-off in the crypto market as a total. So I do want to say that it's pretty good if you are well, okay, first of all, I'm not giving financial advice whatsoever, but please do hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, or even hit the dislike button. Help me grow out my channel. Okay, now as far as investing, my background is in finance, and my first video on my channel was on Dogecoin in January 2020. And right after that, several months later, it took off. And I had a feeling that it would. But unfortunately, I had to sell 184,000 tokens or units in Dogecoin before the market took off. I didn't know that it was going to take off sooner than I thought it was going to take off in later, in the summertime of 2020. So I don't have a crystal ball, but I am very familiar with finance and investments, especially in real estate. And I have never been crazy about stock markets, but I try. I try to pick and choose, and I have colleagues that are very successful at it. But it takes a lot of money in stocks to make a lot of money. But then again, you could lose. Then again, you have to wait a certain period of time for it to recover, and then you decide to sell or to keep on holding, and then you can just, it depends on your time horizon, and you have to figure in your cost of living needs at the same time while you're investing. So, and then also your retirement. So there's a lot of angles in a person's life to decide how much, when, and what they want to invest in. Okay, I had to say all of that to provide you my background, and my background is in accounting and finance, especially in real estate investments, property development, property management. I know it all. And again, I got into stocks. I'm not too crazy. I've never been crazy about stocks. And the only stock that I really did well with is Tesla. But as far as crypto, I originally was not, it was all new to me. And I think to a lot of people, it's new. I think it's a lot of nonsense. And I think a lot of these YT experts on this platform are paid advertisers for the specific cryptos that they're shilling. So, anyways, you got to be very careful. But saying all of that, I do believe you can really get rich. But then again, it takes money to make money. And to get rich, and if you think your target is $1 million, you're going to need about $50,000, $100,000 to buy. Okay, saying that, I think now is a great time to buy into this. This is not going anywhere. It's going down, albeit, all being said. But I just love the prices. So let me add this in here, in this mix. You can see here, the total global market cap. I have always said and discussed, you got to look at the macro and then you look at the micro. Okay. Because it's all algorithmic, and the more money, the bigger the pie, there's more marbles in the pie, where you buy at the right time. As it grows, you can earn a lot more marbles. The bigger the pie, the better. If you have such a small market, how can you become successfully financially independent in a small market? You really want to be in a big market. Real estate is a huge market. It's a backbone of the economies all over the world. But in the United States, with real estate, it affords you property rights. I feel that in other countries, you don't have as much opportunities as you do in the United States. You buy and sell real estate as a bundle of rights. And whereas in other countries, the government can swoop in and just take it away from you if they nationalize real estate. So with going back to crypto, to get to the point I'm trying to make, the bigger the market, the better. And when you look at the global market cap for crypto today, right now, 1.14 trillion, it shrunk a lot. I think we lost about, I would say, a little over $800 billion in just a couple of days. Now, saying that is a number that is hard to wrap your brain around. It really is. It's a huge number, 800 billion. But you've got to look at the trajectory of when this all started. So, 3 years ago or 4 years ago, if you looked at the global market cap, it was about 300, I think, was it 300 million? I think it was like 300 million. And then I think 2 years ago it was 800 million. Then it got to this 1 trillion mark within the last couple of years, largely due to the stimulus spending, and everybody's forgot about all that. Everybody is have forgot about the stimulus money that has got in here. Also, I think there's a lot of criminal actors out there, and cryptos is being utilized for laundering money. And so that being said, there's also hedge funds, and they also mention on these other platforms whales this, whales that. Who are they? You could have anonymity in the crypto world. So we don't know who they are. To be a billionaire, it's there are more billionaires and millionaires and billionaires within the last 10 years than there has been in the last 40 years. I think the internet has a lot of play in this, in creating a lot more millionaires and especially billionaires. I've never seen anything like this in my life. A lot of the paid performers, I won't drop names, but quite a few of them are billionaires. So going back to the global market cap, I mentioned all of that because where is this money coming from? Well, the money came from somewhere, and the few that I just mentioned, they're coming from there. But so when the global market cap hit $1 trillion a couple of years ago, largely due to the stimulus spending, and there was several of them, and we might get another stimulus bill this year, and everybody, and then the infrastructure stimulus bill, which is about $2 to $3 trillion. You're not hearing about it in the news, so I think it's being hashed out quietly, and it has to be approved by. I know that it's approved by the House, but it's got to have an overwhelming approval by the Senate, and then it goes to the president to get it signed. But we haven't heard anything about that. But imagine this: everybody is crying and bitching about, oh, the crypto is tanking right now, and for the last couple of days. Well, figure if you did not buy into this right now, and when the $1 trillion package came in, let's say 2 months from now, 3 months, 4 months, then a lot of that money goes back into crypto, like it did a couple of years ago, where the global market cap went from 300 million 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and it went up to 800 million. And then it went up to $1 trillion just two years ago. And you did not buy into this right now, and the market goes up. They passed the fourth stimulus bill, and you miss out on the rise of this. Won't you think that you're kicking yourself in the butt? You haven't done that. You haven't watched my videos. You haven't hit the like button, the dislike button. You don't like me? Hit the dislike button or leave a comment, you know. Anyways, again, I'm not advising anybody to invest, but I'm not spooked by this. I love it. It's like, you know, you're used to buying you used to buying new cars every year, but you suddenly find out that, you know, you want to watch your money to spend less, and then you start to start looking at used cars, and you want to save some money. You know, this is the perfect time. You know, you're saving what you could have spent a month ago. Now you're able to get it at super bargain rates. I love it. I'm like, I'm just eating this up, you know, $1.14 trillion. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people are losing their shirts on this, okay? I'm watching these other channels, and there's a lot of moaning and wailing and crying. Oh, I'm losing, you know, $500, $5,000, $50,000. I'm seeing it on these other channels, but they bought at the high. Now, again, when you buy at the high and you start to lose, you didn't really lose unless you sold. So don't sell. Just keep what you have, and then buy at the dip. And then you dollar cost average. And then when this market takes off, and I know it will, I can only say for myself, and I don't have a crystal ball, is when Biden gets that stimulus bill passed, you're going to see this take off. And I think the trajectory of this will hit $3 trillion, and it can easily hit $3 trillion only if the stimulus bill is passed. And I'm focused on the stimulus bill because that is the only thing is going to really help recover the crypto market. I don't see anything else helping to recover this. But if you do invest at this price levels, and at these price levels, it's buy and hold for a couple of years. You know, we don't know what's going to happen towards the end of this year. We are in a recession, and then other countries are starting to feel the pain again. You know, it's really a terrible, painful experiences that we're going through these last couple of years, and if you buy here at this point in time, you would have to wait, a couple of years, to see substantial gains in your investments. But if you buy and you're trying to day trade or, hope to become a millionaire overnight, that's not me. And that's not the way I look at it. As far as investments, you have to have a certain time horizon, but you gotta look for the long shots. And I've done a video on long shots, heavy odds. And with those heavy odds, you put enough money into it, you can get rich. And so let me move forward. I had to explain all of that. That's my philosophy. I'm not advising you whatsoever what to invest. You spend your money the way you want to. I'm just sharing with you my thoughts and philosophies. That's all. So let me move on. And you can see Bitcoin is at $26,000, $27,000. Now, again, like I said in my video last couple of days ago, it was $10,000 2 years ago in December. Okay, this is not bad. Okay, now if we were hovering around $40,000, $50,000, it even went up to $60,000, but it did not go up to $100,000 like Kathy Wood and all these other Michael Saylor and these other YT experts saying, oh, it's going to get there by this time. This time everything is tanking. We did not see Bitcoin to go to $100,000, but it all is not lost. So it still is a correction in my opinion. Now, if this gets so what a crash is if you lose 60%. Okay, I think that we've lost about 50%. This could drop down lower. There might be some more drainage out of the crypto market tomorrow. So, but even if it gets to be a crash from the high levels that we experienced a year ago, where Bitcoin was $60,000, I would not panic. I would not panic whatsoever. It's a great buying opportunity. So Ethereum is $1,800. Look, now Tether. See, Tether is kind of concerning to me because you can see Tether. It's dropping. It's Tether is. You can see that Tether is a USD. It's supposed to be based on the dollar. Okay. Now, I've watched some experts on YT. I don't mention names, but I don't like them. Okay. Because I am trying to give you my honest opinion. These other YT experts really put you in harm's way because you're falling for what they're professing, and you get hurt. They don't, and I'm just disgusted at it. You have to be cautious every time you make investments, and it's gambling, and you're going to have losses, and you're going to have gains, but that's only if you buy and sell. So if you sell at a loss, then you realize that loss. You would have to buy back in with new funds in order to recover. So if it drops, just stay the course and give it time for it to recover. But what's concerning to me right now is that going back to these YT influencers on these other platforms, they just the other night, last night, I respect this guy very much. I really do. He's a very smart guy, and he's a lot smarter than me. But this guy last night, and I won't mention names again, said that these parallel coins, they're pegged to other coins. It's part of a liquidity pool. Well, if it's tied to a dollar, then there's nothing to worry about because it's backed by the dollar. Okay? I disagreed with that person's comment last night. I said to my God, oh my God, what is this guy saying? Especially Tether. Now, Tether, the corporation is in New York City, and I've done some research on them, and the persons that are in control, if you look at their faces, I find them to be very untrustworthy. It's like, you got a couple of people off the street, you put a coat on them, and they're in this office, and they're projecting this, albeit knowledge that they know what they're doing. Well, actually, Tether, I think, is a big ripoff, but that's the only thing that you have in this crypto game is this liquidity pool where it has to be tied to another parallel coin in order for it to travel exchanges between wallets and also from dollar to a token and from token to dollar. You have to match it with this parallel coin. And it's there are videos out there on YouTube. You can research them and learn on your own. But going back, I felt that what this guy said is very false in nature. And looking at it right now, you can see that Tether, all famous, almighty Tether, is really, really taking a dive. It's like, I mean, look at it. It's where is it at? 98 cents. So there's something fishy really going on with all this parallel coins, stable coins. They call it stable coins. They're not really stable. Okay, they can crash. Even if it's tied to a dollar, it will still crash, and you can get wiped out. Okay, and then Binance USD, highly manipulated. Look at Solana. Solana was trading at $10 about a year ago, and then it went up. It took off due to certain projects and due to the hype on YouTube. So it went up to like $180. Now it's back down to $42. So the question that I need to ask you, you put this in the comments below. These projects that they get all this hype, do they really affect your personal life? You're driving your car on your way to work. How are these projects affecting you? Does it affect you when you're going to the market and buying milk and bread over the counter? I mean, yeah, they're cryptos. You could supposedly you can pay over the counter to buy things, but I haven't seen that yet. So how are these projects? So Solana got a lot of hype with projects coming out on their exchange. So how is all of this stuff affecting you on a day-to-day basis? I don't see it. So at any rate, okay, I'm going to move on because it starts to get me riled up. Dogecoin, look at it, 7.5 cents. I said in my video last couple of nights ago, I like Dogecoin. I feel that Dogecoin, although it's meme, it doesn't have the capabilities of Bitcoin, but I think it has a future largely due to Elon Musk. Now let's go back to regarding the video I made a couple of nights ago. It was on Terra USD, so it's at 60 cents. This parallel coin was at 39 cents. I think it was last night. Then it was creeping back up. So what needed to occur is that large amounts of money. It's at $7.6 billion, 7.7 billion. So I don't know the names now. I've seen them from time to time, but I just can't think of it right now, and it's kind of late. But at any rate, they're trying to save this project. So they're getting money from somewhere. But you can see that if you look at the chart, it's hitting a lot of resistance. So over the last 24 hours, it was in the red. So like I said, it was like 39 cents. It even hit 30 cents yesterday, and then or today, this morning, and it finally it's up to like 80 cents. Okay, I won't keep this too long, but at any rate, it's hitting resistance up here and it's starting to dive. So it needs so to keep this alive, it needs a lot of money, and with the money going into these ether scans, it gyrates the algorithms and it props up the price. If there's a lot of bleeding of funds coming out of this, then the price drops, and it's all based on algorithms. So it's really scary because all of this, when you talk about Binance, Terra, USD, I know Luna is tied into Terra, USD, and a lot of people lost their shirts on Luna. So it's really sad what's going on. This is the stuff that I worried about a couple of years ago when I started making my videos, because there's a lot of criminal actors in this business. And what's happening is they're paying these YT experts on YouTube, and they're shilling these coins, and they're getting paid a lot of money. So like Sam Fry, he's got a lot of advertisers on YT, and you know, you guys are watching this, and if you don't have the investment background and the street background to understand angles where people are coming from, and you're throwing your hard-earned money, you're losing your shirts. And I think this is what is happening right now. A lot of people are just hurting bad because you fell for this stuff. You got to treat it as gambling. It's all it is gambling. So, you know, this is not like buying, okay, it's not like buying stocks. Okay, stocks is a different animal because stocks is driven for profits, and it's got a lot of variables involved with it, and you got companies riding it, involved with it. You got real estate, you got human beings involved with stocks. This crypto business is all computers, man. It's all computers, programs, algorithms. You got bad characters. You don't know where they are in this world, and I know they're watching my video because I know that my email's been hacked. So I'm on some players' maps, but I just get riled up at this whole thing with this crypto thing. You got these other YTers, propping this up as a legitimate course of business, and they're getting thousands of views, 50, 60, 100,000 views, and I'm only getting 5 to 10 views. And I'm not even getting a likes, smashing the like button. I'm not even getting that. So anyways, I'll tell you this, and I'm going to end this off right here. This is my favorite one. This is for me, is Kronos, because in a business sense of the world, it's at 17 cents. I bought into it when it's at 77 cents, and I'm still holding on to it. But I'm going to buy the dip so that way I can dollar cost average, DCA, and I have a feeling that the $700 million deal with AEG in downtown Los Angeles might fail. They might pull back out, and they might just end up paying like $50 million to get out of the deal. Naming rights, they get to place their name on the stadium, and that costs us $700 million. And if this project Kronos doesn't really recover through this bear market, then I have a feeling that they're going to pull out, and they might just end up, spending, they might end up, forking over $50 million just to get out of the contract. And AEG might just take it and just say the deal is closed, it's canceled. We're not going to put up the name up there. But if the deal does grow, the deal is done. It's already signed in ink. But if they're able to viably to keep it alive through this year, through this bear market, through this recession, and through this criminal actors that are hacking these systems, including Luna. So if that is able to go through, imagine what it will be like next year. You bought this at 18 cents and you didn't, and now it's trading at $1.50, $4, $5, $10. People are driving by AEG every day, thousands of traffic, thousands of cars, people walking by that stadium there, and they see this big sign, Kronos. What is Kronos? They're saying to themselves, crypto.com. So, and so the value of this coin is definitely going to rise, only forbidding that it doesn't go BK and it doesn't pull out of the deal with AEG. This is truly my sweetheart coin. I really enjoy this coin. I plan to buy into it. But again, if it takes off a year from now and you look at this right now and you say, I didn't buy it at 17 cents, I would kick myself in, with 2 feet at the same time. It's like, if I can do that, it'd have to be 1 foot at a time. I just, I plan to buy it next week, and I'm going to put $1,000 into Kronos. I hope the prices stay this low and it doesn't pick up. But even if it went up to 25 cents, I'll still buy it at that price. So I'm going to dollar cost average and just hold. And I'm not going to panic sell. There's a lot of bad news about Coinbase. Coinbase is not going bankrupt. They're smart caliber of, they have a CEO there. It's very smart, intelligent. They've got very smart people working there. The problem with Coinbase is that it's a new company. It's a brand new company, and it's going through some growing pains, and there's going to be hiccups along the road. And now they are struggling with the current downturn in the market. The Fed raised the rates up 0.5 point. It's spooking the whole world with the Fed, what they've done in order to fight inflation. So, but again, got the stimulus coming along the way. And how long will this last? I don't know. So I'm thinking to myself, this is a great time to buy. It appears to be a bloodbath. But I say to myself that this is a great time to buy. So anyways, have a great night. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button, dislike button, leave a comment, and have a great night.